So since young, I've always admire other people with certain skills or whatever, and I've always wanted to be that person that could show the world that I've got something that people can look at and feel inspired by, and wow, and I always want to be that person. And so through floristry, when I first began, I never liked photography at all, and then because part of floristry, you need photography. That's how you show your work. But then also in photography, it requires a set of skill. It's not just holding a camera and taking a photo. And so from there, it led me to realize, oh, this is actually something else that I'm really passionate about, that I really want to show the world what I have. And so from now, when I'm looking back, like say 5 years, 10 years ago, when I compare my work, I thought, wow, I have achieved something. I have not wasted my time that I put in so much time. I feel like I have a sense of achievement. And sometimes you do get setbacks, when times are tough, you feel like wanting to give up. Because at this point, there was about two months ago, I had 2 big weddings, which really stopped me from producing what I originally produced on my Instagram, because my Instagram is how to say, it's not just about posting anything just random, but I like to color coordinate, and I want people to look at my page and feel like, oh, there's a story behind it. It's not just arrangements. And then because of the pressure that I went through, it made me feel like, oh, I've lost motivation. I can't create anything. And then when you hit that rock bottom, you feel like the only way to keep yourself going and get back on your feet is yourself. You have to motivate yourself. You have to be confident in yourself. That's what I'm trying to get myself back on my feet again, which is very hard. First, when I was 6 years old, I moved to New Zealand and lived there for 6 years. Then I came with my family to Australia. When I was 12 when I was in Australia, and at that time I was not sure of what I wanted in life. Still studying and still not sure, until I did missionary work for about 12 years. And through that time, I sort of had that passion for flowers. So I started doing flower arrangements, going on YouTube. I didn't really study how to do floristry, but that's how I started to have the passion for flower arrangements. And then eventually I decided this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life, missionary work, so I decided to quit. And from there I just practiced on more flowers until there was one point where I thought, to get myself into the floristry, I have to have an online and have something to show show people that I've got the skill to be able to get into floristry. So I started my online business for 2 years, and then I felt confident, so I approached all these 10 different flower shops, and eventually one, when I went to the market, he employed me. So I went from the market, then from market to the kiosk, and then I got to a flower shop. But then when I went to the flower shop, I still didn't have the floristry skill, because I never studied. So what I did was, when I got the job, for about 3 years, every day I would put in 2 hours of my time, floristry. So certificate 3 in floristry. It did make me happy, but then there are points where I feel when I look back now, I've lost a lot of my time, putting too much time into it, and then just feel I wouldn't say I would regret, but it has built me to where I am today. If I did not put in that time, the extra, definitely going through the study did really help me with my floristry skill. Although I had the creativeness, but then I needed the education to help me. So what happened was, I went to study floristry, and then that's when, and all along when I was working as a florist, I always wanted to have my own shop. I always wanted, one day I want to have my own shop, so that's why I decided to go and study. And then that point, my boss was going to say, oh, okay, if you're ready, after a year, because that time I already finished my floristry course, he said, oh, after a year I'll sell my business to you. So that was the original plan. And then my sister got inspired by me, saying that she could see the change in me when after I finished my midway through my course, she saw the change in my floristry skill, and so she got inspired and said, she joined. This will be our second year. Yeah. The first year was a real struggle. So my sister stayed in the shop 7 days, and while I worked somewhere else, and then just help her out with orders and stuff like that. But her advantage is that she's good with plants and terrariums, and my advantage is I'm good with preserves and fresh arrangements. So it's a good combination. Yeah, but still, it's a lot of hard work. I do have a little bit of regrets, because you find that because the first year is a real struggle. Like you have to wake up very early in the morning, go to the market, make arrangements. Sometimes they don't sell, and sometimes you don't get motivated because the sales is not good, but you still got to keep doing it. And then it's just that the hours that you have to put in, it's like really long hours. It's different compared to working for someone, because when you're working it's 9 to 5, you finish, you go home. But when you have your own flower shop, you have to think, what do I have to do to improve it? And it's just long hours. So like for myself, when I go home, I'm always on my phone, on Pinterest, just searching how can I improve my arrangements, how can I keep up with the trend. It's just a lot. Yeah. So you feel like you don't have much time for yourself. Yeah. But then, although sometimes I do moan and have regrets, but when you see your achievements, you feel like, oh wow. Yeah. I'm still trying to navigate where I want to be, but still in my heart I don't want to give up on floristry and achieving my goal as a wedding florist. Yeah. So at this point in life, I'm sort of happy because I've sort of found another job which is all like 9 to 4, but still give me time to pursue my dream with my sister. So I work Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday I try to build up my wedding with my sister. Yeah. Because I'm not in the shop as much as my sister, she deals with the customers, like in terms of like weddings and stuff like that. She's the one who interacts with the customers. And but from our experience being in Bentleigh, people here are very, very supportive of small businesses. Yeah, and we get a lot of regulars who come back. Yeah, and even brides that we've previously done their weddings, they still stick with us with buying flowers after their weddings, which is really, really nice. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm not so motivated. I'm just like, I stress when there's pressure, but with her, she just takes it on. So my attention is more like put on how to design things. I can't deviate my I can't multitask as much as my sister. Whereas she doesn't have to stress about the design part. She's just stressed about the financial and how to keep the shop running and dealing with customers and stuff like that. So way before we even started the business, my sister previously already had the skill in how to do terrariums and kokedamas, and so kokedamas is like her a sort of thing that stands out in Bentleigh, because a lot of florists doesn't do kokedamas and terrariums, and because she did her study how what plants can go into terrariums and what sort of plants, not every plant can do in a closed terrarium. So for many years before she even opened the business, she already did her research, and that's what makes her stand out. Yeah. And the other thing that makes her stand out, she really tries to get interesting pots and just not repeat. So that's why when customers come, they find that there's always something new to see. So my side, I try not to repeat my preserves, so people come in and say, you don't see the same thing all the time. They don't get bored. I think you have to take one step at a time. You achieve one thing, and then once you find that once I've mastered one thing, then maybe I'll go up. I may explore further, but that's what makes me happy. If I'm able to achieve what I want and show the world that yes, it's possible, you just got to be confident in yourself, and you'll make it. And just trying to be unique and different from other people. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to achieve. Well, I guess giving up is not a solution. You just got to yes, times are tough, but my sister is very smart on how she manages the flowers, less wastage, and I guess no one can give you the motivation but yourself. You gotta remind yourself, this is what I want, and giving up is not gonna help. At times I wanted to give up, but then when I looked at my sister, she inspires me like, oh, yeah, like, although she feels the pressure too, but she never thought of giving up. She still keeps going, and then you just gotta constantly find a solution to keep yourself going and motivated. Yeah. And then once you push through the hard time, then you realize, it's very rewarding when you see your what you've achieved. Yeah. This is another issue when it comes to having your own business. It's very hard to go on holidays, because for myself, as a florist, because I feel that my sister, yes, she's got a lot of like great skills in plants and custom stuff with it, but when it comes to floral arrangements and like weddings or corsages and stuff like that, you need someone with that skill, and I've got that. And when I feel like, I want to go on holiday, but then I can't, what if my mind is already worried about the shop, or what if we get the orders or whatever, how are we gonna, how are we gonna do it if I'm not around? So it's very difficult for me to even take a holiday. So yeah, I feel like I'm tied down to the shop. So if you want to go into floristry, you just have to think hard, because you won't have a life at all, especially when you own your own business. Yeah, you're married to the business, literally. Myself personally is like, just got to be confident in yourself and believe in yourself, and you achieve whatever your goal is. If you don't have belief and confidence in yourself, you cannot achieve anything, because no one can motivate you and no one can build you to what you want to be, only yourself.